Hello. Hi. Ow, ow, ow. No, no, no. Okay, let's talk about the first round of Queendom Puzzle. So we're talking about episodes 1 and 2. All 28 introductory performances. We're gonna rank them. Yay. But before I get into all of that, let's get the plugs out of the way. The Oh My Patreon. Yes, for only $1, you could actually listen to me while watching Queendom Puzzle. So if you're ever interested on really hearing my thoughts and my initial reaction to these performances, that's where you can go. Also, I am so sorry with kind of how late this video is. I've just been kind of busy, I also forgot that this came out on Tuesdays and not Thursdays. Okay, before I get to ranking and talking about all the performances, let me just say, they all did great. This has to be so intimidating to do, where every girl is performing in front of everyone, including Taeyeon. That's so intimidating. And plus you're seeing like other girls perform before you, and some of these are like idols that have been around a while. It's just... So I just gotta say, like, bravo to every single girl for doing this, because that could not have been easy. Something I also noticed was the vocals were a bit weird for some of the performances, and I think that's just some Mnet editing tomfoolery where some girls just sounded like they were the backing track. It wasn't really sounding like they were singing live completely. And I can also tell as this was going on, I think more and more girls were more inclined to do downvotes because after they performed, they knew their score. So then, like, there was kind of more of a competitive edge to it. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but scores started dropping towards the end. And I don't think it was necessarily because the performances got worse. I think people were just a bit more, like, feistier, you know? It is a competition, after all. So no, I don't agree with all the scores that were given in this round. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it. And we're going to do my ranking. So, for the ranking, if you've never seen one of my Mnet reality show videos before, I am going to do like a countdown thing where I'm essentially going to start with the performance I liked the least and end with the performance I liked the most. Add a little bit of suspense, you know? So starting with number 28.
Let's go.
Girl, what happened? Oh my god. I am so, like, mad. Not at her. I'm just mad. I know Chaerin. She is better than this. Something funky happened in her head. The nerves kicked in. She forgot to move. She was just so out of it. Like, she was just kind of going through the motions, and she just wasn't performing. She was just trying to get through it to get through it. And that just bummed me out. It's like, I know how good she is. And this was not an accurate reflection on her talent. And I think that's what kind of just frustrates me a bit more, and why I'm putting it at the bottom. What was that start? Who thought that was a good idea to have her just Can I even say that? I feel like YouTube's gonna demonetize me. That moment when she pew-pewed a cabeza. Actually, like, triggering. Like, I didn't want to see that. I know it's fake. God, I'm just so... Chaerin, you're gonna do better. I know you are. My hat, girl. Oh, come on. She did have the disadvantage of going first, so I will give her that. And I think her going first also makes her score totally inaccurate to how I think this performance went. I mean, she still got more downvotes and upvotes, which is appropriate in my mind, but I was not here for this. The outfit. We have to talk about the outfit. The styling in general, who did that? Who was in charge of that? Because it made no sense. You're performing AOA songs. You know, AOA, the sexy queens of K-pop, and you're giving her a fairy mermaid outfit? Why? And of course, the reveal, the little... She's trying to rip the skirt off. Like, I love a costume reveal. I mean, we'll get there. But this didn't even need it. I mean, yeah, she had trouble taking it off, and then she took it off, and I was like... Okay, it's the same outfit, but now there's no long skirt on top of the short skirt. Because you can still see the short skirt. Like, there's no reveal. Totally pointless. They could have skipped over this little wardrobe malfunction thing by just not even doing the reveal. It would have made no difference, except she would have had a better performance because they wouldn't have had that mistake. But the outfit was just bad. I hated the outfit. But as for the actual performance itself, girl's giving me no energy. Once again, I know she can do better. For one, she was on Queendom season 1 and she was the dancer. She did the dance round and like she was great. So like, where was that? I don't know if she was trying to like show like a different side of her. If this was a bit more like softer and like prettier instead of like sexy, because that's what AOA is known for. But you're also performing AOA songs. I don't get it. I just didn't get it. And she just seemed a little out of it. I didn't like it. Okay, this one's kind of hard to talk about because Haein does leave the show, and it's so uncomfortable because I don't know why she left the show. You just like, because we just know that she leaves, you feel like you're like looking into things like too much. Like she just seems like really nervous and upset. I don't know. I just felt bad like watching her. And I also understand it's a very awkward kind of performance to do because you're not really performing to a crowd. You're performing in this room to a bunch of people who are like watching and then like judging you. They're gonna give you a score? That's terrifying. It's like the beginning was so cute. She was adorable. With her so good. I won't talk about her anymore because she does leave the show after this round, which is disappointing. I would have loved to have some LeBeau representation, but I hope Haein, you are doing okay. Good dress. I can't tell if this is a hot take having it this low. I did not like this very much. I mean, I'll start with the compliment, I guess, first. She was putting in a lot of effort. She was given face. She had dancing. Like, she looks great. I think it was a very ballsy move to perform a Yeon rap in front of Yeon. Like, girl. I know they had the whole, like, little So Young thing for her. Like, no. She's not. I love cube rappers. Sanga's not really one of the names I'm listing off when I'm talking about cube rappers. Like, she's not going down in the history books. She's just not on the same level. I think if she had just done Tomboy, probably would have been better. The black dress part I thought was just weird because she did like the short little rap. It was kind of a mess. And then it switched into Tomboy. It was a little better, but the energy was off. I just felt like, maybe trying a bit too hard. She had like times when you could see her like kind of break the character, break the performance, and kind of like think. And it takes you out of it. And then, yeah. And then when she was actually singing, it also wasn't like the best. Wasn't a fan of it. I don't know if other people felt the same way as I do, but sorry if you don't agree with me. It's number 24 and the performance was 24 hours. First off, let me just say, so happy to see some sexy K-pop because oh my gosh, do I love sexy K-pop. It's just fine. Just fine performance. A bit of a bumpiness to it. Some mistakes happened. She seemed very unsure of herself, which you can't have that energy when you're gonna do a sexy K-pop song. You need the confidence. I felt like this was more of a Produce 101 audition than a Queendom puzzle introduction, which Jui is one of the older people here. She is more experienced than some of the other girls. So I want more. I want better. I don't know. I was confused. This felt just kind of awkward. And if you don't know this performance, because I guess this is a really old song now, 24 Hours, which is originally performed by Sumi, it's a great performance. I highly recommend you watch one of her live stages for it, and then you'll get it of why this was not it. Because it just wasn't it. And then the ending just kind of happened. I was like, oh, okay, it's over. Cool. And yeah, she got 6 votes, which it feels kind of harsh, but I also I don't totally disagree.
Cherry top, cherry top.
I love this girl so much. I feel like I might have this higher up than a lot of other people. I honestly wanted to put it higher, but I felt like that was wrong. I understand the flaws in this performance. So she was the lowest ranked performance, getting only 2 votes. One of which was from her member, Jiu, who's also from Triple S. I would have given you a vote too, Soyeon. So, in her defense, the choreography for this song sucks. Triple S choreography is not good. And I've talked about that in my really long video on Triple S. They do some very awkward choices in their dance moves that no main dancer, I think, could ever make look good. And on top of that, Soyeon is not a dancer. She's like barely an idol. I mean, very new group. And if you watch the show, they talk about how she like was never a trainee. They signed her and then immediately just started like filming her for Triple S content. It's kind of crazy. The thing about Soyeon is she is so charming. She is absolutely adorable. I'm hoping people liked her on the show. Would love to know if you had never seen her before and if you were smitten by her or not. So like I said, I love her very dearly. Even in the performance, like, she's smiling, she's having fun, even though, like, she knows, like, the whole thing on the show, she's like, I'm expecting 0 points. Like, girl! She's so funny. I'm like her mother watching from the sidelines, like, cheering her on. Like, I will love her no matter what. Like, she's just so good. But, like, I understand she's, like, not as talented as the other girls there. And she knows that, too. She's just there to have fun, I guess. I don't know why she's there, actually, because she's really busy right now. She's doing Crystal Eyes, and she's gonna do Love Lucian. Why was she one of the members? Not that I don't think, like, she couldn't do the show. She's just very busy. And there are Triple S members who, like, are main dancers, are main vocalists. And they're not sending them here. Like, imagine if they sent Nakyoung, who is the sister of BB. Like, that right there is content for the show. And she's, like, a main vocal, main dancer, like, triple threat kind of person. I mean, I'm so thankful Soyeon's here, because I love her. Anyway, I think we all know why the performance was not ranked very high, but I love her anyway. Ooh, Fi. Okay. The hype boy part? Pretty good. I mean, she does have that cover of it on YouTube. They showed it a little bit on the show. I showed, I think, the thumbnail of it in my last Queendom puzzle video, because it's the one with her cat. I really love her voice, and you see that in the hype boy part, but then it changes to her, like, solo song, which, like... Okay, let's actually just talk about that right now. Song choices. Performing your own songs, I don't like it. It's not as fun. I'd rather see a cover. Now, when you're a soloist performing your original song, like, I get it, because it is, like, promotion. Because it is, like, your song. But I still don't like it. And I just don't like, going back to the Fi part, I don't like Fi's song. I like her other songs. I don't like this one. Really, what Fi should have done, because Fi has, like, an R&B kind of voice. She should have come in, like, with a K-R&B song. But, oh my god, she scored 16 points? It seems like a lot. Oh, and another thing that I'll also talk about with Miru is just no backup dancers, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing against her. It's more of just, like, that's disappointing that the non-K-pop girls didn't get backup dancers, which, like, I get it. It makes their performances a little weirder, a little more awkward, because they don't have other stuff going on. It's not giving me much. But she's really cute, and I love her voice.
So I envy you.
That girl was so nervous. Poor Uyeon, oh my god. No! I mean, okay. Performing I Envy You in front of Taeyeon herself, like, that's scary. That is just scary, scary, scary. God, you could just see it on her face how nervous she was. I felt so bad. I just wanted to hug her because she's one of my ooh-ah girls. I'm a mother to them as well. Let's start with first. I think she killed it on the dancing. I mean, ooh-ah are, like, stars when it comes to dancing and performing. Like, they got that. Like, she hit the move. She hit the little, I can't, like, wait. She's the little waist thing, you know? I like, it's just my head moving. But the singing part, okay. I think people were a bit harsh on this. Okay, okay. something I noticed is a lot of girls weren't singing parts of their songs, including some of the like high note parts. So she was not the only one who didn't do it. She was the only one who got called out for it, understandably so. I do understand why she got called out for it the most, because she did it a few times and it was like the big moment of the song. It makes you wonder, is it better to skip it or to go for it and botch it? From what I remember when I did like performance stuff, they tell you just go for it and you own it. Even if you mess up, you own it. So something I'm just thinking about is, I know how Mnet works, and if you miss a note, they're going to be playing that clip for years. That clip will be used against you forever. I still have nightmares about that Giri peekaboo high note. I think Uyeon made the right choice there then, by not hitting the note or trying to sing the note. I think a 4 is a bit mean, a bit harsh, because I think she did pretty well despite the nerves and the not singing some parts. But a 4? That's so low. Even Nana, oh my god, that was so funny. Nana didn't even score her a point. Thankfully, that didn't come across as an evil edit. I was holding my breath. I was hoping they were going to play that off well, and I think they did. But really, what Uyeon should have done, I know I said to not perform your own songs, but if she had just bada bada bing, bada bada boomed for 2 minutes, easy as 27 points. Bada bada bing, bada bada boom, quang quang kung. I mean, that's how she won me over, so. This is fine, and to be fair, I don't like this song, so that's already hurting her a bit. It was just fine. It was just boring. It felt more like a cover than like a performance. I mean, she hit the move, she hit the notes. She wasn't given much. The song's just not really like a song that was ever gonna get her, I think, a high score. Meh. And it just felt short. And it fell short. It's just meh. Again, soloist performing her own song. Yeah, I get it. It was weird that she did this, because in the clips before she performed, she was like, I want to perform Korean songs. Then she performed her own song. Girl kind of killed it. She, for one, she looks stunning. I am kind of obsessed with her look. Like, she is so cute, but like beautiful and mature, and I'm here for it. The outfit she had no problem being the only one on that stage. She was doing her little dance thing. She was giving it her all. She sounded fantastic. I would have just loved a cover of a different song. I understand promoting yourself. Yeah, that is kind of why you're here. Whatever. And I just think she had backup dancers. It would have been better, but I get it.
Ooh, rising.
Yeah, performing your own song, yeah, kind of boring, but the song is a banger. So we looked past it. Girl had the Michael Jackson fit, which was reminding me so much of Yua from Queendom Season 1 during the dance round, because they also kind of have a similar look, where it's like they got the round, small faces. I am kind of disappointed that the hat was covering her face for a lot of the performance, and the girls did also bring that up too. But I do know Jiu's also not the strongest at delivering facial expressions. She's working on that. She's getting a lot better. It's crazy. I have been seeing Jiu evolve ever since she started on My Teen Girl. I've seen her idol career. She has improved so much lately. And I think she's coming across really cute on this show, which I like. And to see her do the stage, like, I was so proud of her. I think she did really well. And I do think maybe I'm scoring it higher just because I've seen this improvement of her, and I'm like, I'm proud to see that. Like, she's really growing. She's still got a lot of ways to go, but they're rookies, like, from a small company, too. So I'm not expecting, like, a ton from them. Oh, she only scored 7 points. Oh, my triple S babies. I guess that's fair. It seems so low. I guess it's, I'm too triple S biased. Girl is really embracing the fact that she resembles Silky. I was so disappointed by this performance because I know how how good Soen is, and this was kind of boring. I just don't think it was a good song choice. Like, yes, girl, we know you look like Silgi, but you don't have Silgi's voice. Because Silgi has such a unique voice that I think works so well for 28 Reasons. And Soen's voice doesn't have that. I would have just done a different song choice. Now, she's still a phenomenal dancer. She's still saying great. The performance felt short. It was short. In the show, they cut out like half of it. I didn't notice them do that on other performances, but I especially noticed it on this one, where it just ended. And I was like, why wasn't there like a dance break or something? And then I noticed on the full performance that there was more to it, which made it better. But overall, this still felt much more like a cover. Like, normally I guess that's fine, but when I see what the other girls are doing, I don't think she's doing as much as she could be doing, because the other girls are doing more.
Baby, talk, talk, talk.
Is this a hot take for having it this low? I don't know. She scored 20 points, which seems insanely high. Let me talk about it. I get it. She can dance. But can she perform? Something I've noticed with Chaeyeon is she's not performing here. Like, she's got the moves, whatever. Also, I'm sick of whacking and voguing, like, K-pop. It's been like 4 years of that now. Like, we can move on. But like, her face was not in this performance. Like, yeah, she was hitting the moves. She looked good. She was hitting the notes. Sure, I want more. I want to see her enjoying the performance, and I didn't get that from her. It was so calculative. Like, she was thinking about it. I could see it in her face of just like, okay, I do this and this and this and this. And bah. I don't want that. I want it to feel effortless and that she is just having a really fun time up there. I mean, in general, it doesn't seem like she was having a lot of fun on the show. And once again, it's one of those things where she does leave the show. So I don't know how much of this is me, like projecting my own narrative on, like, things that happened, knowing that she leaves. Because it's like, oh, why'd she leave? I do think it's kind of funny that she did downvote everyone and then left the show. Man, they were not giving her a good edit. But it does make it hard to like her and want to root for this performance when she gets the edit that she gets. I mean, I'll admit, Mnet, sometimes their editing, I get swindled by it. But, like, that was my biggest complaint. It was just her face. No, boy.
Who cares?
I like this a lot more on rewatch. I wasn't really vibing with it on my initial reaction. I don't think it was a great song choice to showcase her rapping or her dancing. Like, yes, it did both, but it wasn't memorable. And then there was just way too much dancing at the end, and I'm waiting for her to come back. Like, is she gonna come back? And then when she did come back, she seemed so tired and exhausted because of all the dancing. And, you know, when she's not in the performance, I'm not in it. So it really fell off towards the end. It's like, it's kind of like an eh. Like I said, it was better on the second watch. I can see, like, okay, she's good. She might have just been a bit nervous, a bit tired, and that's where it didn't fully click with me. God, why am I being so negative? Queendom does this to me. I do not like this arrangement. Like, the whole part at the beginning with this arrangement thing, I don't think that fits her. She's cute and bubbly. So why, like, slow it down and make it more, like, what? I mean, granted, she still nailed it. I don't really have much more complaints other than the arrangement kind of was a bit hong shu. No, that's not the right. The arrangement was I didn't like it. But, like, the girl knows how to perform. Like, she has a smile on her face the whole time. Like, beep, beep. Like, she's cute. She is very much an idol. Now, she did luck out not doing the high note at the end. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to it, but I mean, I guess it was a smart move not to have her do the high note, but feels a bit unfair to someone else that performed the same song. But we'll get to it. But I do think not having that high note also just made the ending feel a bit flat. But other than that, like, yeah, she nailed this. She was really good.
Somebody do it.
The most insane score of this round. She only got 4 points. Come on! That girl deserved at least 13. This performance was so good. I'm trying to think of a flaw. Okay, she missed, like some lyrics or something. I couldn't tell because I don't speak the language. But like, she was hitting the notes, she was hitting the moves, she was giving the face. Like, what am I missing here? Why was this ranked so low? Unless maybe it's because she's not as famous as some of the other people there, and people feel like they're more able to downvote her because of that. I don't know. Just put my little conspiracy tinfoil hat on. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting mean, but I can't understand how she only got 4 points, because this was so much better than that. Like, okay, maybe her energy started to drop towards the end. Maybe she got a little bit nervous, a little bit tired. I don't know. But 4 points? It just feels like she's cheating, performing her solo song, which she just promoted not that long ago. Just saying, some of these other girls put in a lot of time to do a whole brand new performance. And yeah, great. I mean, she did put a lot of work into this, and it was more than just her performing the song. There's different choreography, there's a whole little dance break thing. Like, don't mistake me, okay? I mean, I'm putting it this high, am I not? That means I still thought it was great. And it was. I love the way she carries herself. She's just so cool. Like, even just seeing her on the couch, like, she's such an it girl. Like, the confidence she just exudes. I love her. But, like, at the same time, we have to let go of Cherry Coke. It's not it. I know what she can do. Play any rap of hers from CLC and it's more impressive than this performance. Ian, what are you doing? What are you doing? You could do so much better. But I get it, you know, promote your song, promote yourself, yada, 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 whatever. I'm sure she'll show her rapping capabilities more later in the show. So, I'm not like, too much about it, but, girl. This song fits her voice so well. Oh my gosh, I am such a Jury fan now. Like, she's so funny and cute. I watched Produce 48. I don't remember this about her. I am smitten. So this song choice was never gonna win. It's just not a song choice to get high points. Part of that's because of it just not being that impressive of a song. There's no like big moments. It's not a hard performance. It's not a hard vocally challenging song. But I think she did very well. Like, she had this like the she just really got into the character. It just is one of those songs where you can look kind of bored because that's the vibe of the song. But I thought she did very well. I really like Jerry. I think she did a really good job. First off, horrible song choice. I don't like this Taemin song because of just how weird the chorus is. Like, it's kind of a mess melodically. But that being said, I think she nailed it. I felt some of the commentary on the show was a bit harsh towards her. Now, her score isn't as bad as I thought it was. I mean, 12, it's still in the lower end. This is the other thing too. I mean, sure, maybe she wasn't sounding great, but for one, she was hitting the notes. It was just very high. And two, she's doing this while giving it her all. Did you see her dance? Her dancing was insane. She was giving it 110% and hitting those notes. That's crazy. It's just a really high song, and I feel like that should not be taken away from her. She probably just shouldn't have picked this song. Yeah, that's right. I have it in my top 10, even with the high note fiasco, whatever. Girl only got 9 points to 8 points. Let's talk. She nailed this. I don't care if she missed the note. I do not care that her voice cracked. Girl went for it and recovered. She was giving it her all this performance. Her little, like, when Pop started, was adorable. Her smile, she had the pop energy. And I'm here for that. Like, she looked like she was having fun performing. I've said it before, that's what I want to see. I just loved her energy so much. And, like, she sounded great. It was just a stupid high note. Whatever. Everything else was, like, flawless to me. So, yeah. I have it in my top 10. And yeah, I think it's stupid how she only got 8 points. Please tell me someone else agrees with me. This was such a great performance. It's a rock solid performance. I don't really have much to say about it. Was it like wowza wowza? No. And there were a lot of times where she didn't sing, which was a bit ho-hum, especially when you are like the main vocal. But I sound so negative and I put it in my top 10. Sorry. It's just so easy to talk about the negative stuff sometimes. No, this was beautiful. She did great. It's just like, I don't have anything to really say about it. No notes, I guess, except sing more, damn it. Ooh, is this too low? Are you mad that I put it this low? Ah, all the Girls Planet watchers. We get to see Bora perform My C and hit the high note. We've all wanted it for so long. It's almost like a bit too cliche for me. Like, part of me's kind of like, yeah, more My C. Like, can we move on from this? But she did kind of own it. She did kind of kill it. Like, I can't deny it. So, I mean, good for her. Now, let's talk about why I don't have it higher. Because if you don't know, this was the highest ranked performance of the night. So, why I'm not loving this performance. Felt a bit Broadway. I love Broadway. I love the theater. Don't get me wrong. But boy, did it feel weird. Because no one else did this. I think that's why it just felt weird. I'm like trying to follow the story of her performance. I just wasn't getting it. The girl was acting and like, you know, I hope she gets some musical deals after this show. Just the way she hit some notes, I'm like, oh, that's a Broadway style, like, note hit. That's not bad, but I also know this original song, and that's not how the song is sung. I also don't know the lyrics, so I can't tell what's supposed to be happy, what's supposed to be sad, but girl's kind of going all over the place with the emotions of like, now she's happy, now she's sad. I don't get it. I couldn't follow the story. I'm overthinking it. Also, I didn't like that. And I know I might sound a little bit hypocritical because in my last Queendom puzzle video, I was like, oh, I liked how Kay went up when normally you don't do that. And I was like, ooh, that was unexpected. But this time, Bora did something unexpected by going up. I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. It was a creative decision that I just didn't think made a lot of sense. And because it just felt rock and roll all of a sudden. I don't know. It just felt off. But the girl can sing. Oh my gosh. When she hit that high note, that was one of the most satisfying things I've ever experienced because she hit it right on tune. 'Cause normally, when you hit a high note, it can be pretty easy to hit it flat. She didn't. She sat on that note and then a little trickle off into the Sorry. Great. Really, like, my biggest complaint is I just think there were some questionable decisions in the performance aspect of it. But, like, I'm not mad this was the highest ranked performance of the night. It just wasn't my favorite performance. So she just really moved. I am a very picky person when it comes to Move covers. Because the Move dance is deceptively. It's harder than it looks. It looks like a really easy dance because you just do. But no. A lot of times when K-pop idols have covered this dance, they're like too mathematical about it. Like, it's like they think about like, okay, my arm has to hit like this angle. And then like, It's like, no. The whole point of the Move cover is it's like, oh, you bring something out in you and you just move. It's melodic. You feel the rhythm. You know? And I've never seen a Move cover I liked. Until this. I actually really liked this. Maybe I'm not biased. I most definitely am. But I still do think this was the best Move cover I've seen. It's not perfect though. There were parts I didn't like still. Like her little It's not how you do it. I just think Taemin does it so well. And it's really disappointing that no other K-pop idol has been able to do it as well as him. But like, he is a legend for a reason. But like, for the most part, Nana absolutely killed this dance. Thought it was a very good decision to not make the whole performance just a cover of the dance. Like, they did the chorus because you have to do the chorus. Big complaint, the singing. Didn't think it was quite there, but I love watching Nana perform. I think she did really well still, so I gave it a high rank. What was her score for this? 19! Yeah, girl! Hey, she should have been over 20, but it's okay. She kind of bodied this. She was so good. Having confidence just elevates the performance. She was so into it. She looked so good. She sounded so good. This was so good. She even got the high note, like, she came to win. And I love that. I really don't have any notes on this performance. I just thought it was really rock solid. Very good chance I have this ranked very high compared to other people's rankings, but I loved this performance. I mean, for one, I love Joa. I love her. And I like the whole little fake out of like, oh, she starts with her own song and then it changes into a new one. Now, however, I noticed a little mistakes in the beginning. How are you offbeat at your own song? You can't have backup dancers on the beat while you're off and it's your own song. But she recovered. It was fine. Rum Pum Pum Pum, also one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. Love you, FX. Also just a great choice for her. I think it works for her voice. It works for her style. I mean, you couldn't actually really hear her voice too much, but whatever. I don't care. I just think she nailed it. I just love watching her perform, and I think it's because she's tall. It's just so cool to see a tall girl perform. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna sound so creepy now. I really liked it. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I really liked this performance. I thought she nailed it, minus the little after school offbeatness, whatever. My girl smiled through it and she was adorable and she killed it. It's so crazy how much Yordam has improved. And let me just say, I have been Yordam biased for years. As a Yordam biased person, I never really thought of her as a main dancer. Uju Sonyo is just so large of a group that there's really no time for a main dancer. They don't have like heavy dance like choreography. None of them were really main dancers to me. And then in Queendom 2, she had a lot of main dancer storylines and I was like, oh, they're really pushing her as like a main dancer. I never thought of her that way. It's like, sure. So I knew she was more of a dancer, which makes sense because she's not one of the main vocalists of Uju Sonyo. She's also just not one of the main faces of the group, which is why it was like interesting having her on the show. I just feel like I've seen her improve so much. Like this performance was finally when I went like, oh my god, yeah, she is a main dancer. She was so good. Her body rolls, like, oh my god. What a great song choice for her because, like I said, she's not exactly like a vocalist. And neither is Kai. So the song works so well because they have very similar roles in their group, actually. They kind of are like the same person. Like, I don't know, Yoram, she seems different this like time around. Like, she came in like she's been around for many years, but she has, and that she is someone to be scared of. She just oozes confidence, and I'm just so excited to see more of her on the show. I thought this was so good. Yoram, I love you.
Yeah, break it down, boy.
Oh my god. Girl has pipes. Really, this is actually almost like tied for my favorite performance because I was in love. Her voice, so good, so strong, so powerful. Oh my god, does she love performing? It makes such a huge difference. Her smile, oh my god, she's such an amazing smile. I have been like a bit Twiso pilled these days. Whenever I've seen high key content, like, I love her. And to think that she was not in the original lineup. Like, she got added to this group. She's born to perform. Definitely looking forward to her more in this show. I'm sorry, Sangha, but, like, this was the tomboy performance of the night. And the way she went up for it, too. Because it's, yeah, bleeping tomboy. And she went, yeah, bleeping tomboy. Like, woo! Woo! When I tell you, I screamed. I screamed at the costume change. That is how you do it. Yes. Yes. I loved this performance. I mean, just first off, the first outfit she had was everything. The whole Barbie doll kind of image was so cute. The whole time I'm like, okay, what is she performing? Because I'm so curious because I love the outfit. And then she started doing Dum Dum, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then her shoe broke, and I'm like, oh my god. Which, she nailed it. You wouldn't have known. She had a little bit of a fumble, but you would not have known. But then the costume change. I don't know how I didn't see it coming, because I almost can always, like, take out a costume change when it's coming. The thing is, it was such a drastic costume change. That's what made it a wow moment. And oh my god. I have no negative things to say. This was so fun, so amazing. She only got 12 points. How? Robbed. All the Rocket Punch girls, robbed. They deserved so much more. Because I loved all three of their performances, and they were just robbed. But that is my ranking of all the performances from round 1. And now I guess I would give my top 7. Do I make it my top 7 performances? That feels boring. I guess let me give my top 7 girls based off of Snap and Charismatic on top of these. Here is my top 7. Nana from UA, Huisa from High Key, Yunhee from Rocket Punch, Yorum from WJSN, Rina from High Key, Jiwon from Cherry Bullet, and Yeon from CLC. This top 7's never gonna be easy to make. Why can't it be 10 or 12 or like a really high number so I can include all my favorites? But that's all I have to say about round 1 of Queendom Puzzle. I would love to hear your rankings of these performances. Probably different from mine, or it could be very similar. I have no idea. My plan going forward is to do videos per round, or maybe like every 2 episodes, depending on how the show goes. As I mentioned at the beginning, I will be doing my Patreon reacts to those videos or to those episodes. So if you want to see those, it's only $1. I am so excited for what is gonna happen on this show because these girls are so talented and I'm already starting to fall in love with them. It's been 2 episodes and I'm already like a High Key fan, as in a fan of the group High Key. I'm also a High Key fan of some of these other girls now. Like maybe I need to get into Rocket Punch now. I don't know. But anyway, I gotta go. Have a lovely time of day wherever, whenever you are. Currently it is 12:59 a.m. Bye-bye.